Hello?
Hello. What's up?
Hello?
Hello. What's up, bro?
Welcome to the What's Up Bro podcast with Nery Saenz, Mike Mercadal, and Mike Valdes. We talk movies, sports, pop culture, and it's funny, bro. The way Harvey Dent didn't realize it was the Joker, and the Joker took his mask, his little surgical mask off. Like, it's like he has the face painting, he has the face paint, but he has a surgical mask on. And the moment he takes the surgical mask on, he's like, wait a minute, you're the Joker? And it's like, wait, what? You couldn't tell it was the Joker because of the surgery. And that one little reel or TikTok ruined their, I can never take it seriously anymore.
Welcome to the party, pal!
And my parents, I swear to God, my parents look at this like when a character from Chicago Fire comes into Chicago PD, dude, that's like Spider-Man being in an Iron Man movie. It is insane.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah!
I'm just glad I like vanilla, boring sex like this. I'm glad that the sex I enjoy won't get me killed.
I want my money's worth. Come on.
That's how winning is done.
Hey, I'm Dave Chappelle, and this is What's Up, Bro.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the What's Up, Bro podcast. My name is Mike Mercadal. With me, as always, is this side,
Nery Saenz.
Nery Saenz, and with us for now and forever till death do us part.
Yeah, Mike Valdes.
Mike Valdes. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Trying out fully integrated into the show, Mike Valdes.
That intro made me laugh so hard because it's brand new for the listener. But what's so great is that the clip of Mike Mercadal is the same as it always has been.
There are a few universal truths in this world.
Yeah.
And one of them is that I am so happy that I don't have one of those kinks that get me killed.
Sure. Yeah.
It's never gonna happen. You're never gonna hear a report that I died in some sexual weird sex thing.
Yeah.
One of my favorite moments from the podcast throughout the history of the podcast is that moment when Mike said that. And I remember when Mike said, "I'm glad, I'm happy that the sex that I like won't get me killed." And my response to that was, "I'm glad that I'm broke." Because if I had money, I would be doing I would be trying out some crazy shit. But I'm too broke. Like my libido is higher than my bank account, so I can't.
Your bank account, brother. Do you OnlyFans exists? Fund your weird kinks. There's nothing wrong.
I'm telling you, I wish I could. I've been telling my wife to do the feet finder thing for a long time. I want to do that shit. Do the feet finder thing. Fucking do it, man. Who gives a fuck?
There needs to be a transfer of wealth from feet weirdos to me. That's what has to happen.
For sure.
We were talking before the show. We always do the warm up, and it's always like that odd, like, wait, no, save it for the show. And now I can't remember what it was.
It was. I'm looking at. So for the listener, for the audio listener, if you watch us on YouTube, if you watch us on the video, I'm in a darker room because I'm on a different cruise ship, different cruise line. And so the way this room is situated, there's no light in front of me, right? There's no light of it, no front facing light. So I said, hey, let me put the TV on. That's really close to me. Let me put the TV on. Maybe the glow of the TV will help, which I guess to some extent it is.
Sure.
But now I'm just watching on loop. It's just like the commercials of the cruise line for the cruise line. Like while I'm on the cruise line. And some of the commercials are like, this is the way we designed the ship. This is the way we designed this painting. And they interview the artist and they're trying to reenact how she created the art. Right. And then they show all these. And then like once you've been in any kind of produced segment in the past, whether it's TV or commercial or movies, whatever it is, you just see the phony baloney of all this like pre-packaged. As a normal viewer, you won't even handle this. Yeah, it's like, and you're walking down the hallway. We're just gonna capture you walking. Like, why? What does that have to do with it? But it just creates an ambiance and it creates a thing, and it's like, oh, dude.
It feels lived in, Nery. It's like when they would show MTV Cribs and these random celebrities are in rented houses and they have to act like it's their fucking house and they shoot them like, this is my refrigerator, and they they go to open it and it's the wrong handle, and they're like, oh no, this is my. They don't live there. It's not real.
My favorite is I don't know if you remember Method Man and Redman.
Yeah,
but
that's the iconic one.
That's the one where the doorbell didn't work and they had to literally get the wires, the exposed wires to do the doorbell. Is fantastic.
Yeah, he's gone on record and said that he's like, they offered to have him look like he's rich. He's like, fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, he's just straight up like, no, this is my, it's like, come show my house. And it's all his cousins living in there. And like, it's a whole bunch of random, like, it's not even his house. It's just some like townhouse in New Jersey.
Something that I find really funny about what you were talking about, Nery, is like, there is something strange about media that is made specifically for people that are at the thing that they're watching media for. So like, for example, you don't see the AMC commercial outside of an AMC theater. Like, I'm already here. Why
Nicole Kidman?
Why are you telling me to come here? I'm already here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why are you telling me to go on whatever cruise line? I'm already here. Like, you know, so it's so strange.
My favorite is when the algorithm does it. It's not even the company. It's not even the cruise line. I'll be watching YouTube on my phone while I'm on XYZ cruise line, and then I'll get an ad for XYZ cruise line. I'm like, I'm here. My God, like the algorithm is like, you are too good, algorithm, because
you're wasting your time. Algorithm.
You went back full circle. You went back. I'm so accurate that I'm gonna advertise something that he's already literally on in the moment. It's like I'm already here, buddy. Like
my algorithm is weird. My algorithm is weird too. It's a lot of commercials of the guy that played Jesus in The Chosen being like, "Can I pray with you for a second?"
Oh, you get a lot of religion, but you get a lot of religiosity stuff. You get a lot
sometimes,
I get.
Is that a word? Is that a? No, I'm asking an honest question. I'm asking an honest question.
I said it because I thought it would sound good.
It sounded great, but I was like, "Oh man, is that a word?" Because I'm dumb, so I don't know. That might be a word.
Hey man, Nery, if you want it to be a word, be the change that you want to see in the world. Just
words are made up, man.
Oh, that's my favorite line in the event in Endgame. Like in like the all words, it's like, oh, go to Nidavellir, and he's like, that's a made up word. All words are made up words. You know,
all words are made up, correct.
So also, Nineveh is a Bible word, so like Nidavellir is just.
Oh yeah. There's the irony of like getting advertised to. There's sometimes where I'm getting a lot of ads now for class action lawsuits. Like if you've had an Adobe account, or if you've had and it's literally everybody. It's like, do you have a Gmail account? And it's like, I do have a Gmail account. You could be, like it's like that, right? Like everybody got one. First name, last name @gmail.com. That's like that's how it feels like everybody's got.
I should have done that. Fuck.
What?
Damn it. I guess that was a way better. That would have been a way better Gmail address than my current.
Yeah, Big Booty Lover 69.
87.
Well, I had a bit that years ago that it was like it was about like when you have to pick a screen name for a dating app, right? Like you have to pick your name for a dating app, and it was like going back to like AOL 1998. Where I was like Cuban Chulo 69 XO or whatever, like, and then but that's your email. And when you like, and then I remember that was like an adult moment when I had to make a resume, and then I had to change. I was like, Cuban Chulo is not going to get a lot of jobs. We need to change it to something a little bit more professional. So, but it's like every once in a while you'll catch it. Like I love seeing an @AOL.com in the wild, because I know that person is committed. That person is like. I've had the same phone number since 1999 on my phone. So if you've had it then, you have it now. It's the same fucking number. But like I appreciate when you see a non-Gmail email account out in the wild that isn't like a work email, But I get the reason why I brought that up is that all of the algorithms that are listening to you, right? Like, how everybody says the phone listens to you, and everybody's like, yeah, but that's not true. It's just that the algorithm's really good and you give over a lot of information geographically and blah, blah, blah. there's literally one of these lawsuits that is Google, if you have some sort of Google assistant that it was listening to you the whole time. The thing is that they don't advertise that. They don't broadcast that. Hey, you know how many paranoid people would be like, I knew it. You know, like they would
Dude, did you see the Super Bowl ad with the Ring camera?
Bro,
Did you know that they stopped that because of the backlash from that ad? It was that ad. So, that ad was counterintuitive to what they were trying to. Yeah. They were trying to promote facial recognition with the Ring app in partnership with local police departments. Yeah. And the backlash that Super Bowl ad got, they were like, Ring was like, "Oh, our bad."
Oops. No, they're not.
We're not going to do that.
They're going to do it through a third-party company that doesn't have Flock or Amazon. Every time you see the word data, like data center, like an AI data center is going up in your neighborhood, just call it a mass surveillance site, because that's what it is. It's just literally all. That's the new game. You know, like that's what it is. So they're not going to give it. They have all those cameras installed. They have all that stuff. I'm not saying that we should all pull them down, and they contain tons of copper and gold in there. Yeah. If you know a meth head, don't tell them that, because then they'll go tear down the camera, and we want to protect our surveillance state. So whatever you do, don't tell crackheads and meth heads that all of those little cameras have a ton of copper and gold in them.
Yeah, and also, who would have thought that people would get scared that their Amazon driver could be a pedophile? Like, who would have thought? You know, that's scary.
There's a lot of
He's handling my packages. You know,
if you know what I mean.
I know women can be Amazon drivers too, but you know,
that's like the surgeon was a woman. You know, like oh right.
Speaking of which, there was a teacher.
Oh my, yeah. Well, all right. Let's talk about it. We were debating on which one. Let's see. What is this one? Yeah. Let's see this. Miami, we love you. Miami New Times. A Miami middle school teacher accused of Spartan kicking a student. I'm not going to read the whole damn thing, but Marrero tapped.
But yeah.
I'm not going to read it. All right, fine. Here we go.
No, I'm not telling you to read it. I'm saying it's not that big. Yeah, I get it.
So I do enjoy that the picture is just him with like a little bruise on his arm. That's not where a Spartan kick happens.
Well, it is. If it's smart enough to block it, not like that dumbass Persian messenger who didn't just chose to stay in, like Creed, arms wide open. No, man, you gotta block it. You gotta.
This does sound like the most AI written thing in the world. Marrero recalled the incident in a phone interview with Miami New Times. Suarez says, Suarez, which I think is the teacher's name, in Rockaway Middle School, this all happened, was walking with Marrero and the rest of his class from lunch break to their classroom, and the student apparently annoyed his teacher with questions about a final project on Egyptian gods. Michael said, as he would later tell Miami-Dade police student resource officer, he tapped Suarez on the shoulder to ask whether the project could pull his grade up from a B to an A. I already don't like
fucking nerd.
Marrero says Suarez, who never answered his inquiry, turned around and gave him a gentle push with both hands. This is the most phony baloney 13-year-old made-up story I've ever heard in my life. So I'm not to victim blame, but I'm blaming him on being a bad liar. I'll tell you that. So Marrero tapped him on the shoulder again. The 13-year-old told New Times that's when Suarez Spartan kicked the teenager on his left arm. Okay, this is just bad journalism because that's not what a Spartan kick is. He kicked him. He just kicked him.
We don't know that. It could have been a Spartan kick. He could have been a Spartan kick. He just blocked it. But I guess, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Also, Egyptian stuff was on the forefront of his mind. He had a project due.
Also true. So, the same arm Suarez had seen in a cast weeks earlier from a football injury. What? Michael's family was outraged when they learned what happened. Read the full story.
Yeah.
Um,
Michael's parents were so upset that Michael's underwear weren't completely submerged into his asshole.
Here's the reality. I'm not saying the fact that there's two. You know how we always, when we read in the past, if you're a listener on the show, we whenever we do an "Am I the Asshole" or anything from Reddit, we have to take what is in the story in the post at face value, right? Because that's somebody telling their version of the story. This is not that. This is a caption on a photo in a social media post, and at some point, this is it's so many red flags in this thing, because every 13-year-old boy, I will say this, every 13-year-old boy who plays football is an asshole. They're all like, it's rough. So for him to be like, he inquired about his assignment about Egyptian God, like, he doesn't give a shit what the assignment is. He's just trying to be like, give me an A, whatever. I was like, shut. Yeah.
He's annoying the fuck out of the teacher. And here's the thing: as a parent, I read that story and I was like, man, that's you immediately put yourself in that situation. What would happen if that was my kid? And then I was like, and then as a parent, I go, man, that's awful that a child should never be hit by a teacher. That's awful. And then immediately after that, you go, I mean, he did get pushed. That was a warning shot.
That was a warning push.
Shut the fuck up. Get the fuck away from me. I'm not even technically on duty right now. We're literally we're just commuting from one place to the next. So like, I'm not even in the classroom yet. I'm off duty. Just give me a fucking second. Let me gather my thoughts and emotions. I'm pushing you. A gentle push. It literally said gentle push. I'm pushing you to say, get the fuck away from me. It's a gentle push. And then the kid was like, no. And I'm like, the moment I read it, it said, oh, he was inquiring if the project could. Fuck you. Like, you just, you're so annoying. Get away from me. Fucking nerd.
Speaking of like dumb nerd, sorry. Yeah. Speaking of like dumb school, because it's one of those things where if you're dealing with kids, they're gonna bother you, and you should never strike a child, but also like there's so much missing in that explanation of the story that it's kind of like silly. Like, get out of here. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of I grew up very conservative Christian. I went to a private school, and every Thursday we would have chapel. And every now and again, we would get these special speakers, and there would always be a special speaker that would tell a story about, there was this beautiful girl who saved herself, and all this stuff. And then one day she found this really hot guy at prom, and she wanted to have sex with him, and then she had sex with him, and then when she woke up, he was gone, and she looked in the mirror, and in her lipstick it said, "Welcome to the wonderful world of AIDS." And and then you grow up living like that's true because you have nothing else to believe, and then you're like, oh, that story is definitely fake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, absolutely bullshit. Yeah.
Like, just like the guy that was just like the teacher that was an atheist, and he was like, if God's real, then prove that this piece of chalk won't break. And then it just flew down, and it's like, that story is fake.
Like, but the thing is that it's like everything, like the whole point. I feel like this is something that there's a lost art in that. As we grew up, everything that as all of our childhoods was just adults lying to us, right? Like, it's but like quite literally, like everything was like, you got to save the planet, you got to recycle, and then you learn that it's basically like all corporations are doing it, and we're just like one guy, and like there's there's no way I could be affecting the outcome of recycling. Like, my recycling is also plastic recycling, not real. That's a fake thing that the companies made up so that they could feel better about, that would make people feel better about buying plastic. So everything you're told is a lie as a kid. And it goes, it's like,
can I give an example? As one time I have this bit that I was trying to do at one point where I talked about how kids are stupid because we believe everything we hear from other kids. Like even when we're kids, like if it's
So
all
accurate.
about the way
The
you
Marilyn
say something,
Manson rib.
it's all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the rib thing,
He
but
cut
I
up his
remember
own dick to suck
specifically,
his
I
rib.
would. Yeah, to suck his rib. That's hilarious. That's a long way to go to suck a rib.
To suck a dick.
No, I know.
No,
I
I know, but it's funny. He's funny. It's funny, Mike.
Yeah.
It's a comedy.
I didn't.
and so-
I missed it. I heard it the right way. If you said it backwards, I did not get it.
I said it backwards. I said
so
that
he said it
ingrained in
backwards
my
on
brain.
purpose.
he
Every
cut
He
his
day
dick off,
he
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 stuck
said
his
he cut
ribs.
off his dick to suck his rib,
Suck a
and
rib.
that's hilarious.
I heard it the right way because it's so ingrained in my brain from every kid knew that story.
Also, every kid I grew up with went to school with him, apparently. So
Yeah.
Well, he's from Fort Lauderdale, so
I remember as a kid, I was in like 3rd grade. No lie. I remember it was raining outside and the sun was out. And another kid, Mike Valdes, you're gonna love this. Another kid told me
I know exactly
that means
going.
that means the devil's daughter is getting married. Devil's meeting his wife. The devil's getting married, or the devil's daughter's getting married. So it was always some iteration of like that means the devil's getting married.
I always heard the
it's
devil's meeting his wife. That's what I always heard.
Oh, I heard the one I heard was the devil was getting married.
That's
Is
way
when
better than what I heard.
What?
when it's raining and the sun is out while it's raining, the devil's getting married. And
they wonder why this country is all fucked up. Everybody is raised on fucking stupid idiot.
Yeah,
No,
like
but-
Halloween
but
is
here's
the
the thing,
devil's
though.
birthday.
this was maybe 1990, maybe, and I'm hearing this and I go, and I remember clearly, distinctively hearing that going, yep, got it. All right, believe it.
That's the
Done.
truth. Literally, it's so crazy.
There was no sense of me being like, what? Are you fucking serious? That sounds stupid. That sounds weird. Blah, blah. There was none of that. There was no question in my
so
fucking
accurate.
head. It was the devil's
so
getting married.
accurate.
And I go, yeah, everybody knows that. Like, I think I moved I think I even leaned into it. Like, everybody knows that. Stupid.
The thing
You
is
think
that
you tell me something new?
okay.
I fucking knew that.
At a certain point, I stopped believing. I was also raised heavily in the church, and now everyone, the second someone mentions anything about
I just like
religion
the
in
idea
any
of
way,
you being raised heavily because you were a big kid. I just love the idea. Like, I was raised heavily in the church. Not
I
that we
was
went a lot,
raised
just I was a heavy
heavily,
kid,
and then
so-
people are like, I was raised heavily. Is there anything else to that sentence? No, I was big. I was raised. No, but like anytime someone talks about religion to me, I am like, of course the United States is fucked up. We're all Bobby Boucher. The United States is just Bobby Boucher, the water boy, and their mother was everything was the devil. Or alligators are ornery because they got all them teeth and don't have a toothbrush. Little rays of sunshine, they come back. Like, genuinely, things start to click in place when you realize that the entire United States is full of Bobby Bouchers that have been told that listening to music that has a 4x4 beat that swings a little bit is the devil. You know, like everything is the fucking devil.
I don't think it's just the United States. In all fairness, I don't think it's the United States. I think it's most countries, most developed countries, just bullshit their people.
I'm an American, and I only give a shit about the United States because
okay.
I am
there you
also
go.
Bobby Boucher.
Yeah,
But I'm Bobby
That's
Boucher
true.
at the end of the movie, where he's learned to accept other viewpoints, and he's gone to college.
Yeah, and honestly, I think that the only way to solve this is that more Americans need to see boobies. Because that is when he turns the corner, is when he finally sees a woman's boobs and he's like, you know what?
Yeah,
maybe what I
boobs is
believe
the key.
isn't right. You know,
I think
like,
boobs is the answer.
boobs are the answer.
boobs
That's
are the
why
answer.
girls are smarter than us. They have them.
Yeah. Clinically proven to lower your blood pressure. Did you know that? Looking at boobs, of
course they are.
clinically proven to lower your blood pressure.
If I had boobs, I'd never leave the house.
Well,
In all fairness, I had boobs for a long time, and I also never left the house.
you beat me to it. I had boobs because I never left the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say so. Yeah. Well, welcome to episode 422 of the What's Up Bro podcast. WuBro Pod on all social media platforms at Mike Mercadal, at Nery Saenz, at Mike Valdes. Blam. All promo taken in. We were supposed to talk about. We have a lot of movie news. Speaking of everyone broadening their horizons, We have like arts is the way to do that. We talk about arts and entertainment. We talk about comedy. We talk about nerd shit. We talk about kids pretending that they got their Spartan kicked by a teacher because of some weird vendetta. I'm adding all of this. Storytelling is an art. It's true. So
I was going to segue the Spartan cake. I was going to segue the Spartan cake after we talked about the first topic, which the first topic would have been the Zach Snyder being tapped to write and direct the remake of the what's it?
Escape from New York. So it's Zack Snyder is getting Snake Plissken. Escape from New York, Snake Plissken, John Carpenter, right?
Yes.
And Eddie Murphy is getting a Lifetime Achievement Award. And then we're going to talk some movie news, including they're going to finally make the King Conan, which is the third Conan movie of the Arnold Conans, where it's the later in his life. And now that Arnold is older, he's going to fit the role. I think he might. Well, we'll get to all of that stuff, but we're going to talk about movie news. What we have is, oops, I clicked the wrong button. What we have is a report. So if we were to say Zack Snyder was treated unfairly by Warner Brothers and his DC movies, do you think Snake Plissken is a culturally relevant property enough to be worthy of Zack Snyder? Like, because he did it, Zack Snyder's Justice League was perceived as way better than the messed up version of that they released.
Joss Whedon, the Joss Whedon version.
Do you think people give a shit about Snake Plissken? Snake Plissken is such a Gen X kind of like hero. He's gone on to a lot of other properties, but I would. So, what do you think? Do people give a shit about Snake Plissken? Like, and Escape from LA, Escape from New York. I mean, Escape from LA was the one that I saw first, and I really liked it at the time. But that was probably because it was of the era. What do you think?
I haven't seen either one of those movies, but I know of our generation, Mike. That is a very people in our age love those movies. Like, they have a deep affinity for those movies. I never saw those movies. I've seen clips, and I mean very small clips of either one of those movies. I think I've seen clips of the LA one more than I have the New York one. So the New York one, actually, I saw Escape from New York last year for the first time. I'm just now remembering that I saw. I made a point. I'm like, you know what? I haven't seen these movies. Let me go watch these movies, and I saw them. I don't have an affinity for them, but to answer your question, there's nothing that's a bigger IP than what he had, which was the Justice League. There's nothing big. There's no IP bigger than that.
Yeah, there's nothing bigger.
Maybe Star Wars. But even that, there's a conversation to be had about Superman being bigger than but it's 1A 1B type of deal. But I don't know, man. I like Zack Snyder movies. And the one critique that I as a Zack Snyder fan would have is that I wish that his Superman would be a little lighter. Would have been a little lighter in color and tone. With that said, Snake Plissken really lends itself to being darker. So why not? Yeah, I'm down for this. This sounds like
you think what do you think, Mike Valdes? What do you think? Does it need to be darker?
I think. I mean, honestly, I'm in the same place. I haven't seen these movies or anything, but ultimately, I think that I don't know, man. We're at a point where I feel like, at least to me as an audience member, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but I look at it as IP is more important to sell something to a company to give you money, as opposed to it being something like, remember this thing from 40 years ago, to an audience, because 9 times out of 10, all an audience wants is a good story, regardless of who's telling it. So
I mean, I think it's a tell that the top 2 movies this week were horror movies, small budget indie horror movies. And I think it's just because there's a lack of cinema content. If you want to call it content, all right, there's cinematic content to be displayed. And what's getting released in theaters, because they kind of have to, they don't have streaming deals, or the way the money works is different now. Whenever a studio does anything, it's for the streaming platform, because that's their money-making model. That's the model they have pivoted to. It's not making movies anymore. It's making a platform and flooding that platform with content to get subscribers to make money. So the individual piece of art doesn't count anymore. Hence all of the AI bullshit, all of the telling writers to, you got to write what you're doing because we expect people to be on their phones because they're at home, right?
Yeah.
World War II, that's the one with the Nazis, right?
Yeah, exactly. They're like, oh yeah, Nazis. Oh yeah, still the bad guys. Okay, good. The irony is, so Escape from New York came out in 1981, right? That's pretty old. Escape from LA came out in 1996, 15 years later.
Fuck you, man. Fuck you, man.
I am as old as that movie. But it was of the era. Do you think John Carpenter was the Zack Snyder of that era? Because Zack Snyder did more before Justice League. People talk about like 300 was like a big deal, put him on the map. But he did he's got like a specific point of view, and people don't necessarily get it. Like some people miss his perspective, but then he's come out and said certain things that are straight up like, oh, I don't agree with his own personal perspective on like stuff. So that influences my kind of perception of him a little bit. But Escape from New York is about like a post-apocalyptic, like, it's basically anti-capitalist, right? And the whole reason that this is getting made is capitalism, these capitalist pigs, like that's basically what this is. Rather than, bro, give Zack Snyder like a chance to make, maybe he just needs a job.
Sure.
I mean,
yeah,
you never know. But
why
are we rebooting this?
He had those movies on Netflix. I think this is a good property to reboot because of the fact that it was made, to quote Mike, a long ass time ago. Because the effects
was made a long ass time ago.
I know, but the effects weren't great. The effects for the original movie weren't great. It was 1981. A lot of technology. I think movies that could be rebooted are stories that could be better told with better visual tools. Not necessarily.
I love the visuals of Escape from LA. I loved because I'll tell you.
I don't think you've seen it in a long time. I don't think you've seen this as it came out.
No. Let me explain. I have been like on a kick. I like whenever I get in my head of like some movie I remember. Like I've been real kid eyes, like evaluating my kid eyes lately. For listeners of the show, kid eyes is when you choose to watch something and give it a lot of credit. You give it a lot of benefit of the doubt because you learn to. Oh, I loved this movie. Or did you just love it when you were a kid? That's basically okay. Are you remembering it through the vision of when you first saw it that you were a child? Yeah. It's the youth version of rose-colored glasses, right? So I have been going back, and when I think of a movie that I love, that I now I'm like, I'm like, wait, I want to see it, but I really want to see, was this movie good? And one of them that I went back to, and a few of them that I've gone back to that are great, are the ones that maybe don't look as real as they need to, but because I know they were doing practical things, I believe it more. Does that make sense?
That's the key, man. That's the key, because at the end of the day, you saw that as much as nobody maybe people don't know how to put it into words or whatever, I think people realized that something was made with hands.
Yeah.
And something was made by a person, right? So for example, I was listening to a podcast yesterday and they were talking about the whole idea as to why Grogu is a puppet is because of Werner Herzog. Werner Herzog literally said to Jon Favreau, like, because their whole thing was like, we're only doing this for like eye lines and like that kind of thing. The rest of it is just going to be computer animated. And he was like, no, this thing is great. Like, you need to and like say what you want about the Mandalorian or whatever, but like Grogu has had a thing. Like people were wanting toys of it before they could make them. Like, I mean, it was because ultimately, yes, of course, it's because it's cute, it's this and that, but also it is something that was made with hands, and it's something that was puppets and like things like that. Like, that's why the Muppet movie is so incredibly amazing to watch, and that was made in the 70s. And you're like, how the fuck is this frog on a bicycle? Like,
When
how
Kermit
is this
I
happening?
was just gonna say, when Kermit rides the bike, that's movie magic.
Yeah, like, you're like, how did they do that? Like, that's the point. That is the reason why movies like that are great. That's why John Carpenter is so great.
Exactly. I was just gonna say,
because John Carpenter, in a lot of ways, he's like Wes Anderson in the sense of, like, his movies are curated completely. Now, you might not like them, or you might love them completely, and that's okay to have either opinion, whatever you want. But it's a complete curation, from music to directing to everything is practical. Everything is very realistic, to where when you see it and you see the mistakes, you forgive it because you know it was made by a person.
well, it's not that you forgive it. I think it's more subconscious than that. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. There is a scene in Escape from LA, and I think about this. I was just reminded of it, because I did see how they did a making of. It's supposed to take place in the future, right? So there's this thing where he has to get into LA, which is now like California. The earthquake sinks LA. California is like this prison island. They just dump people there. And one of the things that he has to do is get in, but he has to. So they do like this computer overlay of a 3D computer model. This is in 1996. It was harder for them to do it in a computer, and it would have looked like shit. So what they did is they built a miniature city and added like Tron-like graphics. And at no point did I give a shit about whether it was a computer or whether it was a little model, because it was visually engaging, and I saw what they were trying to do. Like, I know that, like, everybody talks about Jurassic Park being like, oh, the computer graphics. Most of the dinosaurs are puppets. Most of the dinosaurs are practical. But people talk about the CG in that movie like it's. I'm like, the puppets in that movie, the animatronics, all of that stuff is incredible in that movie. So, like, it's
the magic trick of having both, and that's why that's the magic trick, is like,
you know what's the magic trick. To speak of that magic trick, to give an example, a current day example of Jurassic Park would be Project Hail Mary, where they use puppets and CGI for Rocky. And that is vastly impressive how they do that. Yeah, you need to. I think it's a great thing. But I think Mike, you said when Valdes goes, oh, it's you forgive it. You go, no, I don't think it's forgiving it. I think it's, and then you went into a descriptive how you literally forgave it. You're like, I'm watching it and I didn't care that it was shitty because it took me. I'm like, it's literally forgiving it. You're literally saying like, it's fine, it's shitty, but I get what they're trying to do.
I'll be more clear. What I'm saying is that I'm not noticing that it's bad and I'm giving it credence and letting it slide. My brain subconsciously just allows it without needing to forget. Like, it's just, that's the way my brain is just fine with it. Like, I never have to make allowances for it because I don't even register it as standing out.
I do.
No,
I make allowances. I make allowances for some things in a lot of movies because of the time they were made, stuff like that. I go, oh, it's a different time, or like it's, whatever. Or I mentally prepare myself when I watch a super old movie. I'm talking like from the 40s or 50s, and I'm watching that, and I'm like, it's not gonna be, what I mean.
I respect the creativity.
It might be a little hammy or whatever, just Yeah. So I go in there mentally prepare myself, saying like, it might be a little weird or something.
I respect the creativity it takes to overcome the obstacles of your time. Right? Like, this is straight up Howard Stark shit. I'm limited by the technology of my time. Right? They literally say it in Iron Man 2. So the irony is that when you do see something real, okay, I'll put it to you this way. There's a YouTube account I highly recommend people go check out called Cinema Sticks with an X. And he did this one thing about so he did a whole thing. They're like little short video documentaries about film. and he did one about Die Hard with a Vengeance, Die Hard in New York City, right? And he literally talks about how in New York they had to shut down they talk about how New York when Tom Cruise is running through Times Square and they paid $1 million or whatever to shut down Times Square and close off Times Square, that it inherently feels different when you because it's real, because it's actually a guy running through an emptied out, whatever. If you go watch 28 Days Later, now they could have done it green screen that at the time, that wasn't that hard to do green screen, but 28 Days Later, when he's walking through the empty streets of London, that they had to figure out what time to shoot and all that stuff, that to me will always, my brain registers it as, wow, impressive, so cool. When they make an explosion in the middle of Manhattan, it's like, wow, that's crazy that they did that.
Here's my question. Here's my question. My question: Do you impressive because you just happen to know the backstory, or
brother,
would your brain have registered that if without you knowing the true to life backstory?
I don't think it's that easy. I think it's that your brain registers one as more as more truth. Even when something like in the new Mandalorian and Grogu, they used I loved Mandalorian and Grogu because it's a love letter to Star Wars in the filmmaking, because they used puppets. They used animatronics, they used stop motion animation, and they used motion camera stuff. They did it was just a great and the stop motion, when it happened, I was like, oh shit, because my brain recognized it, and because I know what I'm looking at, I get a little bit deeper knowledge, but I can't say what somebody else would feel in that moment other than, man, that looked cool. And then I also have that information. My brain registered it, but then I also have extra. It's I have a deeper knowledge of as someone who's what is it? What's the word? I care about this stuff. I'm a fan of movies and all the things that I enjoy. I really like knowing a lot about the process. But ultimately, I think what has been more common is that the reason why small little horror movies are doing really, really well is because they feel very visceral, and the budget limitations make it the only reason Jaws is what it is because the shark didn't work and they had to figure out ways around it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Literally, that's what happened. So I think there's something to be said for when you reboot this thing, if they just throw a bunch of CG slop on it, which they might, which they, are going to probably I think with Mandalorian, people got mad because they shot it all on the volume and it looked fake. It just didn't feel real. You could feel the difference when they were out in the real world on top of a hill somewhere in a forest somewhere than when they were in a studio with the screens moving behind them, So I don't know. I would venture to guess that they're going to do Zack Snyder's going to do what the Zack Snyder does, which is a lot of green screen stuff.
Yeah. That's what he does. I like that. I think that this story benefits from better technology. That's my gut tells me.
Sure.
But then again, I'm not a diehard Carpenter fan. I'm not a diehard Escape from New York fan. So maybe I'm the wrong person to ask, or maybe I'm the right person to ask because I'm a casual and I'm just I think it would be fine.
Maybe. Now, if I told you that they were going to make this instead, which is Metal Gear Solid, because the video game Metal Gear Solid, that character was straight rip of this character, Snake Plissken, from Escape from New York, Escape from LA. Hideo Kojima has basically said that he influenced the look. If you've played the games, you know that they are cinematic in their heart, right? Those Metal Gear Solid games. They've been trying to make one of those movies forever.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather see a remake of something that already exists that could benefit from the technology, or would you rather see something that an adaptation of a video game that is inherently cinematic into a movie? Would you rather Snake Plissken than reboot, or would you rather Metal Gear Solid Snake?
So the reason why I feel like this is it's the same it's the same coin, just two different sides of the same coin, is because of what you just said. This specific game specifically is very cinematic. I feel like we've already seen the movie.
That's fair.
We've already seen it. If you played the game, you've seen the movie, because these cutaways, by the way, especially on the ones for the PS4 and the PS5, these cutaways were sometimes 45-minute cutaways. They weren't like, oh, it's a 2-minute conversation. It was sometimes they were fucking 45 minutes. And it's like, I've seen the movie already. Now you're asking me, would I rather see an adaptation of a movie? I don't know how to answer that question, because I feel like I've already seen the Snake Plankton movie, the Metal Gear Solid movie, because I played
That's true. Yeah, that's fair. Because I'll say this. People are like, oh, they need to make a Red Dead Redemption movie, and I'm like, no. Like, they want to see a version of Red Dead Redemption 2 as a movie.
Yeah.
And I feel the same way. I feel the same, like, no way.
Yeah. You played it already, and these cutaways are long, and they're like very, and they look realistic. They don't look like, it's not the same thing as saying I want a Super Mario Brothers movie. That's not the same thing. These cutaways are very long. The graphics look so realistic.
The cutscenes, you mean?
What are we? Yeah, the cutscenes. What are we talking about here? So I don't know, but again, I'm not a diehard of any of these franchises. So maybe I'm the wrong person to ask. Maybe I'm the right person to ask, because I'm not a diehard. There are people that will tell you, do not remake such and such property, because you will not do it justice. And I'm like, okay, I guess.
Well,
but also, I'm not.
To answer
not that big
for
a deal
both
for
of
me.
us. Yeah, to answer both of us, Zack Snyder will write and direct. So he's writing it too, which I wonder if that's good or bad, because he's got full control. A new reimagining of Escape from New York, which is the 81 film. John Carpenter attached as executive producer. Cool. The film is reportedly aiming for a practical effects-driven approach and is the latest attempt to revive the cult classic franchise. Practical effects-driven.
With Zack Snyder, I did not see that coming. I did not.
Honestly, that's what. To be fair, I have not seen, bro. I could not get past the beginning of whatever the fucking Star Wars ripoff movie that he was doing. What's the ones he did for Netflix?
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot that.
Right?
Yeah,
everybody forgot. Nobody remembers.
Yeah.
Star Wars one.
It was like
a Star Wars
opera.
Yeah,
ripoff.
yeah. Really? I saw part one. Yeah, I saw part one. There was a part. It was a two-parter.
There's two parts.
I saw part one.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing. The whole thing is like basically. Rebel Moon. Yeah, Rebel Moon. There's like two of them, but Rebel Moon is like, if you put them both together, it's like 3 hours and 20 minutes. It's not that long if you put them both together, but they cut them up into two parts. The first one was basically son of a bitch, I'm in. Like, it was basically gathering the. It was like, you son of a
Avengers.
bitch, I'm in.
Yeah.
Type of deal. But he did another. He did the movie, the zombie movies that I really fucking dug for Netflix, where where Vegas was a zombie city.
Yeah,
that was fucking awesome. Dude, those movies are great. He did.
The only thing I know about those movies is that Chris D'Elia was famously cut out of it.
Yes, after
and then was put in. They put in Tig Notaro, which I thought was a hilarious replacement.
That's pretty cool.
And it worked flawless. It's hilarious.
I'm sure it did. Yeah, they have the same hair. It's hilarious.
From what I'm reading, Rebel Moon. So I'll give it. I may give it a second try, if at all. But Rebel Moon, they're saying that. Bro, I don't know what Zack Snyder's deal is, but the director's cut proves it's franchise worthy, because apparently they released a director's cut, and everybody's like, yeah, I didn't watch the first one, but the director's cut, I'm definitely gonna watch. Oh, the director's cut is great. Oh, the director's cut this. I don't understand. How would Netflix and Snyder have continued these movies if the first two were actually successful, right? Like,
yeah.
Apparently, Zack Snyder's director, as a director, just let him do it. Because every cut is like,
I think
but then
ultimately,
when he gets to do his version of it, it's
ultimately the trajectory of Zack Snyder is we get the movie, and then 3 years later we get his version of the movie, and then some people are happy. That's what Zack Snyder movies are, and that's how I've seen them since since Justice League, I'm just like, they're like, well, here's the 6-hour, director's cut. And I'm like, well, it is better, but cool. Was it worth all that yelling? Like,
was it worth all that yelling is a very good sentence. No, but it's true. Like,
title of the show. Was it worth all that yelling?
All that yelling. 9 times out of 10 it's not, but hey, what are we gonna do, sit here and talk about global politics and economics? No, it's Snake Plissken.
We're gonna talk about how woke the He-Man movie is.
I
can't wait for that fucking movie, man.
Me neither.
I'm actually
excited. I'm so excited
for
for it.
It looks like just a fun movie. Okay, here's what I was having this conversation. It looks like it took Thor Ragnarok's Love and Thunder. I mean, it took like the vibe of Love and Thunder, but it's doing it like it's not beholden to an already existing universe or outside. Like, it's just like, hey, we're making a He-Man movie and only a He-Man movie, and we're going to do it hard and we're going to lean into it. And it's like, great.
Well,
good.
As long as they don't have He-Man in the love triangle with his sword and a hammer, I'm fine.
Yeah.
As long as that, everything else is fine.
That movie changed fundamentally for me. Yeah, that movie changed for me fundamentally when I was like, what you're watching, it's like 300. Because the story of 300 is being told after the fact to inspire an army that is going to finish the fight. The way now that I watch Love and Thunder, I'm watching it as Korg retelling the story of all of the stuff going on. That's why it's all kind of corny and weird and like goofy, because it's through the Korg character, which is who Taika Waititi played anyway. So it's basically just like that's the gag for me. So that's why the axe is like a jealous lover. It's like, what? Like once I watch it through that lens of like, oh, this is supposed to be weird, and then it still sucks that they had to like do all of this anyway. Whatever, it's crazy. And Hercules at the end, what the fuck? I don't know. It's so stupid.
It's a bad movie, bro. It's a bad movie. We could just say it's a fucking bad. So it's so hard for Marvel fans to say, oh, that movie is a bad movie. Yeah,
not hard for me.
No, it's not that it. So
I saw the trailer and I said bye. Not watching it.
It's not that. So here's the thing. Again, we've talked about this a million times. I don't like saying something's good or bad. I say I liked it or didn't like it. Yeah. Because there's a lot of movies I didn't like on first watch, and then when someone was like, "No, you have to watch it again," and then because they went to bat for it, I watched it with a different mindset, and it changed the movie for me sometimes. So I always say I like or didn't like. I liked parts of Love and Thunder. Some parts were great. Some parts you could see, like, there are parts of Wakanda Forever that I think suck, that are fucking terrible. But there are parts that I love. And nothing, that's the thing about you. I'm sorry, let me just say, that's the thing about when you start forcing that synergy, the capitalist synergy of making all these movie universes and dragging it out rather than reboot the universe, which they're learning their lesson now. They tried to what MCU could have benefited from was an Elseworlds kind of thing, like what DC is planning to do, where they're like, there's the main continuity, and then these are just fun stories with our characters, right? Like with the Batman and all that stuff. You didn't need to do the whole multiverse thing. You could have just done something else, but they gambled and invested heavily in making sure. But
you could do both. You could do the multiverse, and also be like, this is just a fun side story. This is just another story.
Not time together. Yeah. You don't
have to tie together.
Marvel Zombies doesn't necessarily tie together. The X-Men 97 didn't have to connect in any way. Like all of these things can exist independently of each other, and then forcing them all together is what ruins parts of these movies. I would have loved to have again, that Cinema Sticks account. Go watch it, because he did this whole thing on Spider-Man 3, which we all like universally, they're like, oof, that's not a well-respected comic book movie. But he breaks it down into a film noir kind of vignette, like a short, and he cuts it down into an episode of The Twilight Zone, and you have to watch. It's great. It's super, like the way he goes through the whole story is really super solid. It's in light of all the spider noir shit going on right now. But go watch Cinema Sticks. It's really good. I'm really enjoying that account. Hard recommend. But yeah. Do we want to do movie news, or do we want to do Eddie Murphy?
Valdez, what were you saying? Wait, Valdez was going to say something.
All I was gonna say was that it's no. I understand what you mean by saying that something isn't bad, because at the end of the day, at least the three of us, we understand, like, nobody goes into a movie, thousands of people don't get a job into a production of a movie hoping that it's going to be bad. Like, we all go into a movie thinking it's going to be the greatest thing ever, and then it turns out that it's not that great. So of course you're not going to say that that a movie is good or bad or whatever. You're just going to say it's not for me. And I have felt that way even when I was a musician. I would be around so many of these like punk rock assuming assholes that would just be like, man, Nickelback sucks. And I'm like, well, they make more money than you do, so I don't know what you're doing wrong, but they obviously don't suck, because if they did, they wouldn't be making money. They'd be playing a show with you. So,
that just say you don't like them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They just aren't for you.
I have been saying that for a long time. People make fun of me for liking Nickelback, and I'm like, I can't be the only one. It's impossible. They sell millions of records. It's fucking impossible.
Nickelback is McDonald's, man. People don't want to admit.
No. Yeah. Nickelback and people. McDonald's is too. Nickelback sells out all their shows.
Yeah.
Nickelback has diehard fans, and Nickelback's live show. I've seen like people joke around about it all the time. But there was this one guy, they're like, oh, you like Nickelback? And the guy's like, have you been to one of their shows? And then they cut to a clip of their shows, and those people put on a hell of a show. The thing is that you don't have to like something to respect when other people, like, you're allowed not to like it, and your people are allowed to disagree with you. So it's the people who buy those tickets and go to those shows, they are having a great time. You sound like you're sad about it. And who would you rather be?
My best friend is literally the best at this. Like he called me one day when a new country band had come out, and they were called Florida Georgia Line. They're still very big. And he goes, Mike, I'm just gonna let you know, you're gonna listen to this and you're gonna be like, why are they famous? This band isn't great. And then give it a whole 3 minutes, and you're going to start wondering, why do I like it so much? And sure enough, I listened to the song, and I was like, wow, I hate these guys. I hate the way they look. This guy has such a pretentious guitar, blah, blah, blah. And by the third chorus, I'm already singing the hook, and I'm like, why do I like this so much? And he goes, exactly. He's like, dude. And he's the best, because he like makes fun of people while also respecting them. Like, he's like, the lead singer sounds like a guy making fun of country singers. Like, that's what he sounds like. That's how we do around here. Like, that's actually what he sounds like. And
here's what I'll say to that.
It's awesome.
If you've never spent any time, like, my dad lives in Tennessee, right?
Yeah.
There are people there that when you interact with them, you're like, this is a bit.
Yeah.
And it's not. That's just how people, again, there's a thing called ethnocentrism, where it's like a culture cannot look at another. Like when you're in anthropological studies, it's almost like an impossibility to view a culture from outside your own existing culture, the one you were raised in or indoctrinated to, which is a big thing with religion and especially like very restrictive religious communities, right? So when you're looking at these people, you can't say your opinion is objective. Everything is subjective because of every 100%. Every second of your life that led up to you making that judgment. So you're like, oh, this guy's like this guy's like that. And I'm like, yeah, but that's in your, like, literally everything is from your point of view. You can have facts from your point of view, but most people's opinions are they want it to be a universal opinion, right? Because hey, aren't we all, like on board with this idea? And then people are like, no, that hurts a little bit when you're like, ooh,
dude,
I guess
I was thinking about this. Yeah, go ahead, Nery.
No, I was gonna say that statement from Mike. You just reminded me of that scene. Have you ever seen that scene where that guy is a guitar comic, and the guy gets on stage and he gets hit over the head with the guitar?
Yeah.
So the guitar comic, somebody tried, and he fucking hits him over the head way overdoes it, knocks him the fuck out, and then the guitar comic has the balls to be like, he was gonna attack me. You saw that, right? You saw that, right? Like asking the audience, and the lady in the audience goes, "No, you went too far."
Yes.
Like it
Hold
was
on.
exactly what you're just talking about. He was like, "Right, guys? Right, guys?" And they were like, "Nope, we're not with you on this one, bro." Like you just
Well, show's over. Yeah, just breaks the guitar.
Point. Where is he? Where is he? Where? Okay. Here
no, it's about to happen. It's about to happen. Let it go. Let it ride.
No, really, don't mess with me, because I don't come down to the bus station and slap the dick out of your mouth when you're working, do I?
Sure.
So yeah.
Everybody thinks it's a bit, and then he goes, wing!
Listen.
That wasn't necessary.
Listen.
The guy fucking came at me. What do you think, folks?
Hold on.
What do you think, folks?
What do you think, folks? No!
That was the reverse Will Smith clap.
That's
man.
what you just reminded me of when you were like, when people were like, isn't this
guys.
weird? Come on, guys. And they're like, nope, we're not with you, bro. We're not riding with you. Like, that's just, we're not going to happen. It's so fucking funny to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. With that said, hopefully we can get everybody on board with that. Speaking of remakes, right? Like, let's just go to the King Conan thing. Christopher McQuarrie, which is the guy who does
Mission Impossible.
All the he's been doing for a while now.
The last 4.
So I think since Christopher McQuarrie will shoot. It's a direct sequel, so it's technically not a reboot.
Right.
So it's going to be a sequel to because it's Conan the Barbarian, Conan the Destroyer, and then this is going to be King Conan, right?
Yes.
So, here's my first thought: is Arnold too old for this?
I don't know the comics, but from what I see in the visual, from what I've seen the art pieces from the book, from the comic of King Conan, it's right there. The problem is that King Conan was like, I say this with all love and respect, because I have so much respect for Arnold Schwarzenegger for everything he's done in his career and his life. But physically, you can see he's not that dude anymore, man. He's not. You know what I mean? It's not like even Stallone looks better than him now. Stallone, obviously, a lot more drugs, obviously, more pharmaceutically enhanced. But because of the heart issues that Arnold has had, because of the heart issues that Arnold has had throughout his life, he's no longer on the steroids, and you can tell. You could tell. It's obvious. It's pretty obvious. And I say that with good for him, for his health. But with that said, for the part of Conan is a fucking jacked ass dude.
He's supposed to be,
yeah. You know, you can't. I don't know.
Do you think he will be enhanced computerally?
I like the way you said that instead of digitally. You could have said digitally, but you went with computerally.
I'm trying not to use the word AI. I feel like there's
just digitally would have been fine. I think.
Digitally would have been fine. But what I'm trying to say is that there's going to. I feel like there's going to, because they did it already with, like, they put his face on a body double in one of the other Terminators.
Genesis. Yeah, it was Terminator Salvation. Terminator Salvation.
So they already did something like that. Now the question is. Okay, let me just read to you what Arnold said. Next year, we're going to do King Conan. So that is a reality now, and I'm excited for it. For the last 10 years, I've been saying we should do King Conan. Okay, let me get to it. And we should get a great script written, get someone who really understands Robert E. Howard, who understands the artwork of Frank Frazetta, because, again, this is iconic of a certain era, and to continue on. I want to have John Milius, the director of Conan 1, to be maybe the producer, so that would be really fantastic. The movie wouldn't have worked when I did the first Conan, because the whole idea of King Conan is that for 40 years, he has been king. He is older now. He is no longer in the shape he was from his heyday, and now people are trying to take him out. He's the king, and he gets a little bit complacent. He's tired of the job, and he wants to move on. Look at the movie by Clint Eastwood, Unforgiven. that's a hell of a reference to drop. Unforgiven is a great movie of that kind of vibe.
Right.
It will be a lot like that, but will be with extraordinary battles. And then literally the first comment under it on Reddit is, well, then I wish I would have made this. They would have made this 10 years ago. And I'm like, yeah, that might have been the window.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm obviously I'm gonna go watch it. I think it has a good baseline for a good story. Like that synopsis, that premise is a great premise, right? But it's been written as far as the King Conan story has been written.
Yeah.
But physically, man, I say again, with all due respect and love, man, to Arnold Schwarzenegger, you watch him now and you go, that's not. He said it in his documentary 3 years ago. He said that he looks in the mirror and he sees a gut and he's like, who the fuck is this? Like, he doesn't recognize himself.
Yeah.
Because age, baby, like Father Time is undefeated unless you're Sylvester Stallone and steroids.
I mean, steroids. Okay, I have a thing with the. You do all the. You're in movies, man. You're not in the Olympics. Do all the steroids you want. Frank Grillo has said that. He's like, we're not competing athletically. We're trying to.
I'm with you.
Screen. You know what I mean? Like, go ahead. Do it. So he's like, I do this to make up for this, and I do this, and he listed a bunch of stuff. It's like we're making movies. We're not like competing for anything. Does it create an unrealistic standard? Yeah, but also like think about how many. Again, I'm not saying it's good or it's bad. I'm just saying that there needs to be the conversation about it. Because when someone we were watching, my wife and I are watching The Americans. I mentioned that last week, and my wife mentioned like, oh, I really like how this looks like the 80s because nobody looks like fake. And I'm like, yeah, nobody has Instagram face, right?
Yeah.
Nobody has the facial fillers and the lip fillers, and nobody's got veneers. Everybody just looks like normal human people. And we've reached a point where I want to see normal people on screen again.
Yeah. Well, we've gotten to a point where we can't see actors emote anymore.
Yeah. I would say that steroids is not, if it looks bad on camera, but it's an edge, right? It's like if we're gonna have people on screen with breast implants and BBLs, and you're gonna have people on screen with lip fillers and all that stuff, it's like, okay, steroids is too far. It's like no, we have to go back to watch Dazed and Confused.
I just want to clarify.
Normal.
I don't think steroids is bad. When I said that shot at Stallone about steroids, I just meant that's not what Arnold can do anymore because of his heart issues, because of his health issues. I am not by any means talking smack about Stallone in the sense of like him doing the steroids. And by steroids, it's a blanket statement. There's body growth hormones and blah, 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 and testosterone, which is not exactly steroids. I
Performance,
get it.
Visual enhancing, blah, blah, blah.
Physical enhancements. And again, I don't mean to knock that down. I don't. What I'm saying is Arnold won't be in that shape because his body cannot handle those drugs anymore. So that's why I made that statement. I don't think it's a negative. I'm with Frank Grillo on that one 100%. This isn't the Olympics. You're fucking. If you want to do steroids to look good in the movie, do fucking steroids to look good in the movie. Who the fuck am I?
If I want to take steroids right now to feel good about myself, I'm not letting anybody down.
Like I'm not. This doesn't. As long as steroids doesn't give you a performance enhancing towards your acting ability, where oh man, he won the Oscar, but that's only because he did steroids. Like that's not a thing. That's not real. That's not real. So
is, I mean.
Yeah, a thing that'll never be said. And the Oscar goes to Eli Lilly.
Yeah. The Oscar goes to Pfizer or whatever.
Yeah.
I look, brings up a certain point about if they're going to be rebooting people with rebooting movies and things with real actors, like Kurt Russell could come back and be Snake Plissken as an older Snake Plissken, but they do have to all kind of get in shape. And I really kind of point to Henry Cavill in The Witcher, talking about how much he went through. Like, and being like, hey, this is no joke. We go through a lot to like, this doesn't just happen, like this isn't a natural body. When I'm on screen and you see me without my shirt, I've been dehydrated for 3 days. When he talks about this stuff. So
Hugh Jackman does the same for Wolverine. He's very vocal about it.
bodybuilders, when they do bodybuilding shows, they're the weakest they ever are because they are so dehydrated that you see them. There's like where they're like posing and all of a sudden they just go bang and they pass out. So because it's all kind of that.
John Favreau did the same thing for Chef.
That Cuban sandwich. He only won the Oscar because he's good at making a Cuban sandwich. With that said,
the stupidest joke, but I'm laughing so hard at
it. He dehydrated. God damn it.
You want to laugh even more? You know what makes this funny? You know what makes this funnier is because of my connection. Because I'm on a fucking cruise ship. The time lapse from when I finished that joke to when you guys started laughing, I fucking counted it. It was 7 seconds. I fucking finished the punchline, but because I know that there's a time lapse, I go, wait for it. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. And there it is. And I saw both of you laughing at the same time. I was just the fucking funniest thing in the world. To me, that's what made the joke so much funnier is that wait till the fucking connection catches up to the stupid punchline. Or the stupid punchline. It's like, oh my God, it's so fucking ridiculous. So
I'll say this.
Now you know how I feel when I try to tell a joke to you, Nery.
It goes both ways. With that said, there's King Conan is going to be, and so Snake Plissken, a new Escape from New York. They need to they're recasting. I would imagine they're not going to have this guy do it. King Conan, they're straight up saying this is 40 years later. He's King Conan. That's part of the story. They're also doing that with The Mummy, and Brendan Fraser says he is doing. He says I'm doing my best as he's actively works out to get in shape for The Mummy 4. So in interviews, he's gone on record to say that he wants to look better, because it does take a lot of work. I think that's a positive message to say, hey, what you're seeing on screen isn't a default setting for anybody, because you grow up with certain body image. And again, that conversation has only recently pivoted to include men in that muscle body dysmorphia thing, where you're constantly dealing with size, weights, strength issues. And then you'd see Arnold in his heyday. You see Stallone in his heyday. Even in Tropic Thunder, when Robert Downey Jr. makes the joke of you looking like Stallone in Rocky 1. You looking like Stallone in Rocky 3.
Rocky 3. Rocky 3. Rocky 3, you cut up more than a julienne salad. You cut up more than a julienne salad. Cut up more than a julienne
salad. Because that's literally what it was. It was there's a whole deeper study about how that's male gaze stuff, and that's for guys, not for girls. That's for the guys to look at.
Just a bunch of straight guys not admitting that they're gay. That's all it is.
Just a bunch of sweaty dudes playing volleyball, flexing while they look at their watches.
Yeah.
What? Nope. Nothing wrong with that.
I have a joke about it. I started saying the gayest thing I've ever done is get a personal trainer, because I have to send this guy weekly photos of myself shirtless and then listen to how much protein I should intake. And here's the gay part. It works.
It's solid. Those gay dudes have been working on this for generations. We are straight dudes are new to the we are only just cracking the code, the just scratching the iceberg of what gay dudes have been doing to improve their bodies for years.
I used to have that joke a million years ago. I used to have that joke when I first started 23 years ago. I had that joke where I was like, I've never seen an out of shape gay dude. Every gay dude I know fucking has a 6-pack, and I don't know if that's because of the excess protein that they have. I don't know what it is, but they always. But it's so true. It's been 23 years, and I can count on one hand, less than one hand, how many fucking out of shape gay dudes I know. And I'm not saying there's not. I'm just saying there's a vast majority of gay men that I know that are all in shape, and I'm like, wow.
I mean, I'll put it to you this way: there's so few that they have their own community. They're called bears.
They're called bears. No, but that's the thing, is also they label everything. They are much more. There's also much more acceptance of different body types to a certain degree. But the whole point is that Brendan Fraser is also now being a part of the. Brendan Fraser is also now being a part of the. Hey, I'm trying. And I love online, there are people post, I saw this on TikTok where this girl like stitches it and she's like, you don't have to. We were in already, but thank you. You know, like that was
Dude,
it. Like everyone already
let me
loves
tell
that
you
guy.
something. Let me tell you something. And I know Nery's with me on this because I've talked to him about this, but like, man, there is something so positively annoying about people like Brendan Fraser and like Matthew Lillard who like don't realize who they are. You know what
That's
I mean?
funny.
Like it's
Well,
like,
that's
bro,
nice. That's a good
like
thing.
like it's no, I know, but it's like annoying at some point because it's like, do you not know that you're Brendan Fraser, dude? Like,
Yeah.
come on, like we're in. Who cares what you look like? Like, do you not realize you're
here's-
Matthew Lillard? Like,
I'm with.
you know,
Yeah, I'm with you, especially on Brendan Fraser. There's a part of me, by the way, that really wanted to be like, no, but I didn't want to.
Come on, guys.
Just for the joke purposes.
No.
Just for the joke purposes. I didn't, no. But I'm with you. I'm with you on Brendan Fraser because here's the thing, and this is gonna sound however it's gonna sound. I'm sorry, my guy. Like, we love you and everything, but The Mummy is not a fucking role that I need to see you with a six pack. Who gives a fuck
Oh, yeah,
if you're
that's
wearing,
true.
if you're an anthropologist wearing a shirt? Like, who gives a fuck
Yeah.
if you're a mummy guy wearing a long sleeve? Like, I don't need you. Like,
It shows up on
be
camera
honest,
more than
there
you
are a
think,
few
though.
roles. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I'm not saying don't get in any shape, but you don't need to get in that shape. There's different levels to
Don't
this
get
shit.
in
There's
any
not
shape.
like
Round is the shape.
yeah, I'm not saying, hey, just fucking eat as much as you want. You got to look like a fucking movie
Of
star at some
course.
point, but you don't
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
look
yeah.
like Brendan Fraser in 1999. You don't have to do that. Like, it doesn't.
Oh, I would kill
like,
for Brendan Fraser in 1999. Oh my god.
Of course.
That's
George of the
everybody
Jungle,
would fucking
Brendan
kill
Fraser?
for Brendan Fraser in 99,
Oh
but you
my
don't
God.
have to look like that for this role. Like Rocky, he's a boxer. I hate to break it to you, but if you want to make another Rocky movie, you have to get in that fucking shape. That's the
Yeah.
fucking thing. You have to be without a shirt.
Yeah.
You know, that's just
Well,
the thing of
maybe
it. So
maybe
I
in this
love
Rocky he doesn't box. He just eats donuts and talks about how he used to box.
Well,
that's what
I
he
will
does in
say-
Creed. That's what he did in
Yeah.
Creed.
that's a good gig, I think. That's a decent
It's a
gig.
great gig. That's the
Yeah.
boxing movie I want to be in. The boxing movie I want to be in is the one where I don't have to take my shirt off, and I'm like, cool. I'm still in a
Dog, the-
boxing movie.
I will
say he
I
has
would
to
love
stand
to
next to
be-
Rachel Weisz in the new Mummy movie, and Rachel
Yeah.
Weisz still looks good, man. Rachel Weisz looks amazing.
of course.
Again, I'm not
she's
saying
looked
don't get in
amazing
any-
from day one.
Yeah.
I'm not saying don't get in any shape. I'm just saying you don't have to get into 1999 shape for Brandon Fraser. You still have to get in shape. Every actor to some extent has to get into like some kind of like they do like they gotta I gotta eat healthier, I gotta shoot in 3 months, I gotta get, you know what I mean?
course.
But you don't have to get in fucking Wolverine Logan status. You don't have to get into
Yeah,
that
yeah,
level. There's
yeah.
different levels, man.
And also,
He's
like,
fine.
I mean,
and
he
he's
was
Brandon
like,
Fraser. We
he's
love him no
fine.
matter what, dude. He's fine.
Yeah,
also,
it's
he
true.
was like 20 something, and when the first Mummy came out, like your body is so different when you're in your 20s. Like, just
First of all, look at this.
Yeah.
This is the hottest. This is the hottest thing I've ever seen in my life, man. This is just so hot. But
Yeah,
he's
dude.
he's dressed. It's not George of the Jungle. This is the Mummy.
That's what I'm
He's
saying.
dressed. He's
That's what
good.
I'm
Yeah.
saying. We don't need
Also,
him to look.
should I
we don't need a
cosplay
six-pack.
this?
dude,
I
he's
start dressing like
he
this.
definitely-
This is a good outfit. I'm gonna start
he
wearing
looks-
his clothes on the
look.
daily.
He looks like he looks like he exercises, but he doesn't look like he did in George of the Jungle. Like George of the
He
Jungle
looks
is
like
like
he's an
peak
adventurer.
Brendan Fraser. Yeah,
He looks
Can
like
I-
he adventures.
he's no
I
different
just tell you-
than Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Can I just tell you the heartache that it gave me? Because I know what you were saying, Valdez. You were like, your body's so much different when you're 20 than when you're in your 40s. And I'm 44 and I'm in the best shape of my life. And I'm like, God damn
Yeah.
it, I wasted my fucking body. I wasted my 20s, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, me too.
I wasted my whole fucking 20s and 30s being in such sloppy ass shape. And then,
Mhm.
fuck, man. Jesus. So if I would have had what I have now, if I would have had that fucking determination 20 years ago, son of a
Yeah.
bitch.
Yeah,
Son of a
bitch.
Son of a bitch.
something that has been helping me a lot lately is
this is
getting jobs
also-
where I have to be on TV. That's
forgot
been helping
Leslie
me a
Mann-
lot.
Oh yeah, being on TV is Leslie Mann.
Yeah. Having cameras in front of you really makes you want to lose weight.
And it is true, the camera does make you look, depending on the lenses, it's all tricky.
Yeah,
look,
I always tell people the camera adds 333 pounds.
But I want to point out something. Look at Brendan Fraser in this picture.
Dude, that body is unreal.
But I want to say, do you think the average influencer, the fitness influencer now, this is like what they call the inflation, like I forget the term of it, but it's like influencer inflation or something along those lines, where they would look at this guy and be like, oh, he's got to build up those pecs. He's got to do, no, they will find a way to critique this because this is now seen as like whatever. Like, oh, he's no big deal.
He's skinny fat.
Can you do me a favor, Mike? Can you look up the photo of Harrison Ford? This is like one of the, in my opinion, like this is like peak body. Harrison Ford in Temple of Doom when he has the shirt ripped open on the bridge, and you could see his six pack a little bit.
Speaking of
he has
body,
a shirt off.
Gayest thing I've ever said, by the way.
It's pretty gay. You're talking about this. You're talking about this one.
I know the exact image, and I'm like telling you to find.
Yeah, you're talking about this one. This is all the male gays.
Yeah,
actually, this might be female gays.
This is the thing that I want to tell you. When this photo came out, it was all at the time. I heard a podcast about this because I think this movie was made before I was born. But there was a podcast where they talked about when he shaped his body to look like that it was like a whole ordeal. Like they were like, oh my God, he's like, look at him, he's so amazing. This is just to put it into perspective of like what we're at now, that's what Paul Rudd looks like in Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
AKA the best Paul Rudd has ever looked in his life.
Yeah,
that's like that was impressive.
Paul Rudd. But that's the thing is like when you think of an Avenger, Ant-Man isn't the first one you think of. You know what I mean? You're not like, oh, Paul Rudd. Like you're not. That's as much as I love Paul Rudd. He's not the first Avenger I'm name checking. You know what I mean? So like,
I want to point out something just for the record. This is in 2000. This is what superhero bodies look like, right?
Yeah.
It has gotten so crazy now that people
even
know.
The same guy looks better.
That's the same. Yeah,
the same guy looks better 20 years later. Like it's wild.
But what I'm saying is that I think it's also crazy. We're setting a super high bar for what a body is supposed to look like 100%. Culturally. Right, like that's perfectly healthy. Like that's an in shape guy. Now this is again a movie, so right, like maybe he was. They like did the tactics, the mentality has changed to the point where if you see him in Deadpool and Wolverine, hold on, let me see.
No, he. By the way, just to let you know, before you make that statement, where I think you're gonna go, he got that role very late. They had another actor booked. And he got that role very late, and they were already filming when he got that role. So he did not. He has said many times he did not have time to work out before that role. He did not know that he was going to be Wolverine until like
at the time. X-Men? Did people give a shit?
For the first X-Men, they had booked the original actor. The original actor that they booked for Wolverine was the bad guy in Mission Impossible 2. And so when Mission Impossible 2 when Mission Impossible 2 went long in filming, they started looking for other people. They asked Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe recommended Hugh Jackman, and then Hugh took the role. They were already filming. They were like already 2 weeks into filming the movie. Mm-hmm. Obviously, not scenes with him, not scenes with Wolverine, but there were 2 weeks into filming the movie where he went and got the role. So he had no time to prepare. He had no time to. That's how Hugh Jackman looked physically. Just in his regular life,
his default.
That's how he looked.
He looks good. He looks fine.
To be fair, I was confused at first. I thought you meant that they had already started filming Deadpool Wolverine without him.
No,
they had already hired another actor, and I was like, why would they hire another actor?
But look at this picture. Look at this. The difference, right? Like,
dude, it's unreal. Again,
what I'm saying is. Like, and I will say this: someone on this show has commented about Namor's body in Wakanda Forever is speaking negatively about it because they wanted him to be more ripped. And I'm like,
I was speaking negatively about it because I thought that he didn't have a superhero body. I also think that it was a positive because it gave fatties like me a chance to be a superhero.
Sure.
He's not fat. He's a guy who's in great shape.
Fat.
That's what I'm saying. They've moved the curve so far in one direction. Then Tinoch, what's his name? Huerta is
just look up Fatty McFatty Pants. Look him up. Google him.
Fatty
McFatty.
Shut up, dude. He's in great, like he's in shape. Like that's the thing is that it's fundamentally broken our brains to see such elite level. Like go watch the Olympics. That's what real strength looks like and real bodies look like when they're trying to be strong. Go watch the world's strongest man competitions. Every superhero on earth, because if it's not magically based, right? Like I was having this argument where Kerry Russell in The Americans punches a dude and knocks him out. And I'm like, and my wife got mad. She's like, oh, women can't do that. I'm like, no, but she weighs like 100 pounds. She's 5'2". You know what I mean? Like she's not going to knock out a guy who's 6 feet tall. Like it's even professional fighters can't do it. It's hard to do.
I worked with a national soccer player who is very good at his job. He's scored over 400 and something goals and he is in peak physical shape, and that is the goofiest looking motherfucker I have ever seen in my entire life. But
he's not. He has good cardio because that's what soccer players have is good cardio.
Yeah, fair.
Right? He might have good muscular legs, but that's not you don't muscle build for soccer. That's not a thing that you do. That's not a thing.
His body
I get your point, Mike. For his job, his body is built for his life.
Yeah.
I get that. Right, but I will say this, Mike. I get what you're saying. Where like, the line has changed. The goalpost has been moved as far as to what we expect and what we are hoping to achieve, specifically with the male body. But I will say this: I think you are right. However, I think that's a good thing because for a long time, our society did not care about health. And I'm and maybe just because I'm in it now. So maybe now because I'm in that health mindset of like I want to be healthier, and I've been in that mindset for the last 5 years. So maybe now it's like when you buy a car and you notice, oh wait, there's another one and you see that same car all over the place. So maybe now I'm just noticing it because I'm in it, and maybe I wasn't noticing it before. Maybe that's it. I don't know. But from my point of view, I like the fact that our society has moved more towards a health conscious, and maybe too much, right? Like, people could poke at that and be like, oh, he needs to build his pecs up, but maybe that's too much. But also, I'd rather set that goal than just look at that fat fuck.
That guy does not have love handles.
That goal. Oh
that's skin.
That guy's whole back is a love handle. Look at.
But what I'm saying is that
love handles. That's what love handles are, Mike. You think love handles are muscle? What do you think love handles are made out of? They're fucking skin. They're flabby skin.
They're made out of love. What are you talking about?
They're made out of love. Listen to what I'm talking about. What you're saying is exactly what I'm saying in a bad way. That the pendulum has swung too far, and but it's never.
But I'd rather swing that
health.
far.
No, it's not about. That's unhealthy too. That's bad. It's bad. So it's unhealthy to be to mentally drive yourself to be too healthy. I think you can't live a life where that's not how we're supposed to live anyway. Our bodies aren't built for that. Our bodies are built to be running around in caves. We have not evolved past having natural bodies. Like we're not supposed to be working out and high protein maxing and looks maxing and all this other bullshit. We're supposed to just be living.
I'm 100%. I'm 100% for. Like I'm taking a page from both of your books, to be completely honest, because I love that people are more health conscious and things like that, because it is helping me and I'm getting better at it and things like that. But of course, I'm also of the person that's like, listen, if you're happy in whatever body you have, that's all you need, man. Like, all you need is happiness, and who cares what you look like if that's all you care about, really? But at the same time, I think the problem where it gets dangerous, and I think that all of us would agree about this, is just when it starts becoming things about like taking peptides and taking steroids and taking lip fillers and face fillers and all these unrealistic expectations of what you're supposed to look like, to where it's like, I'm all for doing everything naturally. If you want to make sure that you go to the gym three to 5 times a week or more than that, that's completely okay. If you want to do all that, that's fine. But it's just this, like, I mean, I think of it more for women than it is for men, but also at the same time for men. Like, I'm sure, I think also men are very informed. Like, a lot of men understand that a lot of this is juice, and a lot of men like use peptides and things like that. Like, dude, I'm getting peptide talks from my barber. Like, why are we talking about peptides? Like,
because of influencer culture.
Peptides are fucking awesome, dude. No, peptides are fucking awesome. Peptides are not the same as lip filler.
Here we
go. Peptides are not the same as lip filler. It's the truth.
Know,
peptides are not the same as lip filler. To clump them in together is a little weird. But again, peptides are fucking fantastic, dude. And when you get older, you're like, right now you're in your 30s, right? So I'm having a lot of ligament issues because my ligaments are, because of the weightlifting I'm doing, the ligaments are in fucking pain, and peptides help with that. But that's neither here nor there. The whole conversation is about like going to extremes. And I think any extreme is bad, right? One way or the other, any extreme is bad. But on the way to the extreme health kick, on the way to the extreme bodybuilding type is health. On that path is health. Now, again, extremes are bad. Where I'm agreeing, I think extremes are bad.
Extremes
but if you're going to be extreme, if you're gonna go to one extreme, I'd rather go to the extreme that leads you down the path of health. Granted, that path eventually ends up in this extreme place where it's bad. I get that. I'm just saying, I don't know.
I think that every gym bro should be forced to, like, I think we should all be in therapy about the things that we do. Like, we should all have check-ins and group, like a unique community, because at a certain point, guys encouraging others to be stronger is one thing. But if you ever have somebody encouraging you to push through the pain, bad guy, don't listen to that guy. That is unhealthy. If you ask, if you want to be able to do, if you're replacing testosterone because you have an issue, if you have diabetes and you need peptides for diabetic insulin something, what I mean, then yeah. But if the guy if your barber is telling you, hey, I sell these peptides, it's unregulated bullshit. It's if an influencer who is not a doctor is selling you peptides, that's the part that is, at a certain point, everything becomes about capitalism. And here's my, tinfoil hat. Everyone's just trying to make money off of a scam. So don't and unfortunately, healthcare in the United States has become a scam. But it's all about finding a way for your brain to process health, not the other way around. Not for health to think that your health is going to, all of these pursuits are healthy. No. That's also dangerous because it's also unrealistic. That whole thing, if you can bench more than 225, which I think you can now, right?
I don't know if I can. I don't work out that way. I personally don't work out for that. Like, people, I've had this question asked for me, which I guess is a compliment. Recently, people will be like, hey, how much can you bench? But I've never worked out for that reason. I've never worked out for like a personal max. I work out for like to increase my strength, but I've never been like, I'm gonna do this max.
Right. The workout, why I'm bringing that up is specifically because if you can bench more than 225%, you are in the top 5% of people on Earth, of humanity, right? Here's the caveat. That's a generalization, right? I did the math and I did it on a scale. My push-up, because of how big I am, is over 207. It's like 217 pounds. I just got to wear a heavy jacket and I'm over 90. If I can do one push-up, and that's just my butt. So like everything is in context for the individual, and using base numbers and metrics and all that stuff is influencer bait to get engagement so that they can keep you feeling like you're missing some sort of goal, like you're missing something, you're falling short of something. And when they show images of men who have bodies that are unnaturally attained or attained through like the dude from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, that he's like, oh, it's simple. And then he listed like a fucking 6 months worth of stuff. You know what I mean? Kumail Nanjiani joking around about how he's staying in shape just out of spite. He hasn't smelled cake in years. Like, you limiting your life. That's a choice. I'm not going to judge anybody's choices, but that image needs to be represented like in context as a whole. And it's like crazy, like 1% of people look like that. And influencer culture has led it to believe that if you don't look like that, you're a loser or you're bad or you're not good at whatever it is. And that's been something that's been going on forever in some way.
I've never, again, maybe the algorithm is different for us. Again, going back to this, because I've never gotten that kind of influencer talk. I've gotten the influencer talk. Yes, I've gotten the, oh, we're gonna sell you unnecessary, fucking shit, drug, whatever the fuck, medicine or whatever. But that's not what you're talking about. I've never gotten the influencer where it's like, if you haven't gotten this, you're doing it wrong or whatever, or you're not good enough. The influencer talk that I get, specifically with the physical, with the workout bros, is hey, this takes a lot of fucking work, and you need to fucking do this. And if this is what you want to get, if this is where you want, that's the algorithm that I get. It's like, hey, you want to have this, you want to have massive arms like this, it takes a lot of fucking work. And here's the step-by-step, and you can't eat this and you can't eat that. And if that's worth it to you, that's the one that I get. That's the algorithm that I'm on. I don't get it.
I'm glad you get that. The one I get,
loser.
Yeah,
the one I get, great content for yourself if that's what you're getting. Because that's what I hope I get.
Yeah. The reason why I get what I get is because I am on a lot of medical and science TikToks that debunk a lot of bullshit influencers. So that's where I see it. Okay. And I see those people and all of the people that are not on the platforms that I'm on. Like when you hear stories about the people on Kick, who the fuck? I'm not on Kick. I'm too old. They'll kick me off. I don't understand Kick. But there's apparently this whole like culture of people that are live streaming their lives.
I thought Kick started when we were young. That's how old Kick is.
Kick? I never heard of it. Kick is
Kick was when I remember having a Kick account before I had an Instagram account. Legit.
Oh
wow! I didn't know, but that's another streaming platform. It became this streaming platform that you have that guy Clavicular and all these other looks maxing dudes that are all about how it's real incel culture shit, and that's the problem, is that it spreads. Like, if you're not aware of it, doesn't mean it's not happening, right? Like all of these, they filter down into the people that are the most sensitive to it. So it's all of these incel dudes, and now we have Nazis again. It's like, God damn it!
I refuse to listen to a man who doesn't know how nor wants to make a woman come. So
we got different goals, Clavicular.
Got different goals, man. Sorry. I'm cum maxing, I guess, when it comes to that. I'm pussy eating maxing, I guess. I don't know.
I'm mutual orgasm maxing.
I always say, you are what you eat, and I love eating pussy. So,
what a pussy. I'll say this. This is my fitness goals, and I think we can all agree that we want to be able to do this with our friends.
Oh, that, yeah.
Lightsaber fight in front of Zara, wherever that is. God damn it, how good is that music? I just got goosebumps at a choir singing it in a mall. It's so good.
Dude, that's a long ass video. We're gonna watch the whole video. That's a long ass fucking video.
No, I'm trying to get to the fight scene part. The exciting fighting. Anyway, whatever. They do a lot of amazing fight choreography. I want to fight lightsabers with my friends in a mall with a choir singing Duel of the Fates.
Yeah. So it's so funny. I sent that video to both of you guys, and both of you have very different reactions.
Yeah, I gave Nery a very traumatic experience.
Valdes is like fucking nerds. Fucking nerds.
What? Yeah,
I didn't say that they were nerds. As I said, as much as I love this, This reminds me of a very traumatic experience that I had when I was working at a mall, and this lady came in dressed as Gru from the Minions, and she had about 18 to 20 kids with her dressed as Minions, and she'd be like, "Minions assemble," and they'd be like, "Oh, banana," like, you know, all together. It was the weirdest thing.
What was it about?
But here's the thing:
was it just a flash mob, or were they doing that for
this is the part that traumatized me. Was I was looking everywhere for a camera. There were no cameras, so I was like, "What is this for?" And then I just asked, I asked the lady, I was like, "Why are you doing this?" And she goes, "Well, it's my birthday and I just wanted to do this." And I was like, "So just for your birthday, you just wanted to be annoying in a mall? Like that was what you wanted to do for your birthday? That's absolutely insane." Like I was almost offended that they weren't filming it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, what is the point of this?
Who were these kids?
Also, this is coming from a guy who has a 10-minute bit about not losing your sense of childlike wonder.
Wait, no, but hold on. Go back. No. I need more information, but Valdez, you cannot just drop that. So this lady, I want to clarify what you're saying here. This lady was in a mall with 20 kids?
Yes.
Who were those kids?
I don't know. I didn't ask, but to my understanding,
you're asking the wrong questions, Mike. This woman kidnapped 20 children.
No, she didn't
dress them up and is now parading them around for her own whimsical torture.
It makes sense why there weren't cameras there.
But Valdez was like, "Where are the cameras? Where are the cameras?"
It would be fun. It's like getting arrested for prostitution, and all of a sudden you point to a camera and we're like, no, we're making pornography. Oh, it's art then. Okay, never mind.
Dude, I can't even.
Dude, that's a Jim Norton bit. Jim Norton has that bit.
Sure.
I can't even tell you how excited I would be if I saw a person at a Walmart holding a camera to my face, how fast I would slap it out of their hands. I can't even tell you.
Do it. It's on camera now. You just videotape yourself committing a crime. This is Mike Valdez is this person who has had does not give a shit. She's just like, ugh.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get to Wicks and Sticks. Please let me fucking get through.
Well, the difference between that person and me is that person doesn't leave. I was forced. I was at work, so I had to be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was in prison. There was nothing I could do. You know,
and you're still telling that story this many years later. The point I'm saying is that here's the thing. She was if she was,
to my understanding, she was a teacher. She was a teacher, to my understanding, and those were like her students, and there were parents with them as well. So there was.
Okay. You're leaving out key elements of this story, Mike.
Well, forgive me, Mike. I was just trying to tell a funny story.
Like a grumpy old man.
He's trying to.
This is your old man yells at Cloud. This is you going, fuck this lady and having her.
Valdez was just telling a funny anecdote. He was telling a funny anecdote about him being a grumpy pants and you're like, I need to know the deal. You were trying to be a fucking Dateline. You were trying to be a journalist over here. We're like, it's just a funny anecdote, man. What's going on?
It's just a funny anecdote. That's all it is.
Look, all I'm saying is I want to flash mob a lightsaber fight with my friends and a choir and an orchestra.
Yeah, to be fair, if it was a choir of people singing Duel of Fates, I would not have been upset at all. I would have thought it was awesome.
Like, I gotta be honest with you. None of that shit seems fucking fun to me. None of that. Like I sent that video to different people. None of that seems like fun to me. It's just not my cup of tea. Mike sent me this thing where dudes are now dressing up as Star Wars people and going into bars and just drinking and Lord of the Rings people, right? That's what it is.
Yeah.
They're dressing up as Lord of the Rings people and going into taverns and just drinking as if they're in the Shire. And I'm just like, this is stupid as fuck. But again, I'm saying this is stupid as fuck for me. I'm understanding. I am not judging them for the way they have fun. You have fun however you want, buddy. But to me, I'm just like,
fun as hell for them. They look like they're having a great time. I guess I'll say in the same way I don't say movies are good or bad anymore. I just say I like or don't like. If I see somebody doing something, they look like they're having fun.
Yeah,
that means
I've said
nothing.
that before. I'm like, hey, they look like they're having fun.
I'm not judging in any way.
That looks like they're having fun. Do you want to do that?
Absolutely.
Love that. The first 5 years of my stand-up career. The first 5 years of my stand-up career was just people going, "Hey, you look like you're having fun."
Hey, all I know is that you're brave for getting up there.
Good.
It's like, well, I'm brave and I'm having fun. Am I funny?
That's such a brave and all. That's the thing. I can do both. I can literally be like, hey, they look like they're having fun, and I do not, and I look stupid as fuck. But they look like they're having fun. Good for them. Like I
can appreciate something without having to be a part of it.
What I will say, what I do want to be a part of, and I know that I don't know if this has been around, is dudes going to Home Depot. It's mainly dudes. There's been some girls, but it's mainly dudes going to Home Depot and building lightsabers out of hardware stuff. Have you seen that?
No.
Oh my God.
I like the way you call it hardware stuff. I like the way you call it hardware stuff. That's
that's the department because it's in the hardware department. There's because it's with all the fittings and it's in plumbing and hardware. The where you get like conduits and different washers and things that you have to go to. That's the actual department. It's like hold on, let me find it.
Have you
I
seen
thought the whole
those
store
guys
was
that go to
hardware stuff.
Have you seen?
Because technically called the home. Yeah.
Have you seen those guys that go to Home Depot and they go to the toilet section and take a real shit in there?
That's so fucking
in Jackass.
No, I'm joking. They don't do that. Nobody
That's
does
so
that.
funny.
I saw it. No, I did see
funny.
it. I saw it in Jackass.
So
I did that shit in Jackass. The show.
I mean, yes, I'm sure they've done it on Jackass or whatever,
Yeah.
but like that's just
that speaks so much to it. It's all so funny. It's so stupid how guys always think that fart and shit jokes are funny.
yeah, it's true.
It's in our DNA, man. It's just so
But
funny
also one of the reasons why something like that, like something like Jackass, for example, is so funny to me is because the joke is not I did a thing to people. It's I did a thing and this is how people are reacting. And that is what's so funny about it because like you're fully taking responsibility for doing the crappy thing or the bad thing and people are just reacting to it. And so that's to me, that's what a prank is. But now it's become this thing where they go to a Walmart and they smack people with with a hose and a box of tricks and say bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. And they're like, that's a prank.
It's
it's not a prank, you're just being an asshole.
A guy got shot. I don't know if you saw that. A guy got shot. Okay, so this is a video. So people, you go by a long one of those
one of those long
bolts.
hardware things.
Yeah, it's a long, but it's a lag bolt. It like holds. It's the right word. I will not be mocked for using proper terminology by two dumbasses who don't know the actual words.
I'm making fun of you, and I have no idea what it's called.
Oh, you want to do a slip coupling?
They got the plastic thingies. They got the plastic thingies, and then
they got the thingamabobs.
Yeah.
And then what you do?
They pay for it with their value papers.
Yeah. So look. So what happens?
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, you dumbass motherfuckers! I'm showing you something. I'm revolutionary. I'm showing you something incredible. It's a pure good hobby. It's a purely joyful and whimsical thing, and you're putting money back into the economy.
You see that with the hardware things. That's a hardware thing. Sword.
I'm showing you something. This is groundbreaking.
That is.
Is it a flashlight? Is it a flashlight?
It could be. The lightsabers in the actual movies were made from flashlights and shit.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Does it emit light? Does it emit light of any kind?
You probably could, but I don't think so. You could put something in the tip that does it, but there are people that have done it that have put threads in there, and you can thread in like a PVC pipe that they've painted or the clear tubes that they've put lights in. Like genuinely, some guy started doing this. It went viral because people were like, "Oh, I could just." You're not limited to Disney's Star Wars products that you can literally make it look like how you want it, which is in kind of the spirit of Star Wars. The whole point in Star Wars, In Star Wars, the production, they literally took camera handles and other random hardware and they, kit bashing, they made things that they would then turn into lightsabers. In the movies themselves, every Jedi has to go through the process of building their own lightsaber. I love this shit. This is a perfect little harmless, fun thing.
I love in Star Wars when they go to Planet Home Depot and they get their stuff. They get their hardware things. And
they get hardware things.
Are you mad because I made fun of your
I'm not mad. I'm just joking.
No, that's fucking hilarious.
I'll make fun of your fucking internet. Get a better boat.
I'm wondering now, listening to Mike talk about your lightsaber.
We're not hearing any of that. Say all of that again.
I am wondering who has watched more of what. If Mike has watched more hours.
So you got to say all of that again.
Oh
no.
You can't hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you better now.
Maybe. Turn your camera off.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes. But the continual talking is the problem.
I'm wondering who has watched more hours of what. If Mike has watched more hours of homemade lightsaber making, or if I have watched more hours of protein recipes, foods that you can make with protein only.
Oh, everything's got fucking cottage cheese in it.
Yeah, yeah, that's very accurate.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of that. I've watched a lot of that. But you watch a lot of fucking homemade fucking glow sticks. And I'm like,
turns out if you blend up a bunch of cottage cheese and shape it into pizza, it tastes like an asshole.
It really does. This is the thing. I also get mad because before, years ago, right? Because Nery's been was there when I really started losing weight years and years ago. When did we start this podcast?
13 years ago? 14 years ago?
Yeah, I dropped a bunch. Remember, I dropped a bunch of weight at the beginning because I was doing this no carb thing, slow carb thing, just eating a fucking bunch of protein and beans. 4 hour body. And it works. Did it not? Like I dropped a ton of weight, and it was all protein, and it was like a healthy weight. And one of the things that I had to eat was buckets of cottage cheese because that's the only way because there was no dairy. So that was the only dairy that you were allowed to eat. So I was just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put this shit on everything. And I suffered. And now everybody's making like, oh, here's some protein raised raspberry muffins, and they're like, it tastes like homemade. And I'm like, you son of a bitch, I had to eat buckets of slop. You beat me.
Well, also, like,
don't talk to me about the dark magic. I was there when I was creating.
And then and now they have the audacity to complain that cottage cheese is in everything. How dare you?
Not only that, like, I feel like a lot of that is just pretending. Like a lot, like they're like, it tastes just like a Little Debbie, and it's like, no, it doesn't. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like,
even Little Debbie doesn't taste like Little Debbie anymore.
Yeah, like it tastes like you put cottage cheese and protein powder and mix it into a blender and then
it actually tastes good, but I've been indoctrinated. I'm one of those. I'm one of those dudes. I like my chicken skin pizza. I like my chicken skin pizza.
I enjoy a lot of that stuff, but the thing is, like, it's kind of the same thing with like Christian rock music. Like I always tell people there was a band called Petra, and Petra is really great if you've never heard of the band Journey. Like, you know what I mean? And like chicken skin pizza is great if you've never eaten pizza before. You know, so like I'm not saying it's bad. It's just not as good as the real thing. That's all it is.
That's the thing. Like, there's always that. It's like when people say like eat vegan food, and they're like, oh well, vegan food is, and I'm like, vegan food is always trying to taste like meat. Like, make a vegetable thing that tastes like it's supposed. Like, don't make it try. If I wanted meat, I can, like, there's this trend going around. I don't know what the actual name of it is, but this one person kept calling it vegan plus bacon. You know, if you want to, like, any step in progression to getting you healthier is good. Like diet soda, people are like, oh, it gives you cancer. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. But if that diet soda keeps you from, your body doesn't process it chemically. If you drink it because you would have drank a fucking caramel macchiato that has 1,000 calories, then yeah, you're winning, right?
Yeah.
I
call them my fridge cigarettes. I need them, dude. I need my fridge cigarettes.
They're great.
Like,
but for me, it's seltzers. I've transferred to seltzers with the illusion of flavor.
Yeah.
But there you go. Look at that right there. your little flavor things.
What is it? Fruit punch?
Yeah. But it's always going to taste
this is strawberry. There's strawberry watermelon.
Okay, cool.
Oh, that does sound good. You know what? Nice. That sounds lovely. They must be having a great time. They look like they're having fun.
I'm over there at Great Value.
They look like they're having a good time with their strawberry watermelon. But the idea for me is always like, if it gets you a step closer, right? So it's like, oh, I'm not gonna stop eating beef, but I'll eat more of a vegetable-based meal. Like if someone I love tofu. If it's cooked right, I've had great tofu dishes. Stop trying to make it taste like meat. Like be brave enough to be yourself, tofu. Be brave enough to be yourself, vegan food. It's fine. It's good to have veg. For me, you can get tons of protein from a variety of places, lentils, whatever. Who cares? But if you try to make it taste like meat, it'll always taste like meat, like fake meat. It'll taste like fake meat. Mm-hmm. And I'd rather just be yourself. Enjoy your content. Enjoy your flavors.
I always
I've had plant-based.
No, go ahead, Nery.
No, I was gonna say I have plant-based burgers that taste really good.
Yeah,
they taste really good, but they're also high in calorie because they're soaked in fat.
Of course,
but
because that's what makes things taste good.
Seed oil. Yeah. And it's like they have to be because they have to compete with the stuff that's naturally occurring in the glutamate, the umami of meat is very specific to certain chemical proteins in there, and you can't get that from other sources. The closest you can get is mushrooms, which I put in my meat sauces to make it taste more meaty.
Yeah.
Anyway, we should all go build our lightsabers. I want to see what it looks like, because you can do it. Look how cool these things look. We should do one. We should all go to Home Depot and buy the things to make. That's Home Depot shit. I like it.
Yeah, go to hardware. Go to the hardware
How much does it cost? Do you think? How much of the total are they spending?
So on average, people are spending like $30 to $40.
Oh, that's nothing compared to what I thought it was.
Hold on. Are we talking about dollars or are we talking about dignity? Because it costs you more in dignity.
Brother, it's a small price to pay. I already sacrificed it by doing this show with you. I don't care.
You can't get less pussy if you're married.
Do you have any idea how much I'm in dignity debt at this point? You owe me some dignity for being here. That's what it is.
I love the fact. I love the fact that you're getting so offended. We're just making jokes, man. We're just making jokes.
Am I not joking? Are you not laughing?
Hey, that's fucking cool.
Are you not laughing?
Well,
I'm
comparatively,
laughing at your misery. It's fucking fun.
Comparatively,
you're just laughing at my joy. And the irony is that you sound sad to me. Why do you choose to be the way that you are?
Dude, Nery sent me this video
of
people yelling on a podcast. And there's just a third person going, yeah, that's pretty funny when you think about it. And he goes, that's you on our podcast. Because it's just you two arguing, and I'm just like waiting for a moment to try to release tension and be like, it's actually really funny when you think about it, because
one of these days we'll find out what it's like to do this podcast without Nery's shitty internet, and then we will finally have
next week
a level playing field.
Next week
what on Thursday,
next week,
right?
I'll be home next week. Yeah, I'll be home next week. So next week we're going to do the podcast with actual real Wi-Fi, land-based Wi-Fi.
Land-based Wi-Fi. None of this seafaring shit. Let's talk about somebody else who's land-based.
Actually, we got to go.
We got to go. Sorry.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy got a Lifetime Achievement Award. Mel Brooks showed up.
It's on Netflix. It's fantastic.
It's great. Thank you for watching. You can follow us at WuBro Pod on all social media platforms. You can follow at Nery Saenz and whatwashisname.com. You can follow me at Mike Mercadal, and you can go check out at Zeros on Heroes on all social media platforms. You can check out at Mike Valdes. The Kid from Up, what is it?
Yep.com.
TheKidFromUp.com. We all have synergistic internet presences. Thank you for watching, and
that's how winning is done.
That's how winning is done. Oh, is there an air horn?